Just checking things, just checking. Stream is up. Stream is up. Good on Kick, good on Twitch. I just pull up my chat so I could see it while I'm gaming. That right there. All right, and we begin. Few seconds. Continue where we left off. It is a good thing you can't see the pop-ups. Oh. I was following this robot last time when the game crashed. I'll let Codsworth have no more rats. Nice. Alright, yeah, so I was on this road following the robot last time when this failed. I believe I set it to the South Boston checkpoint. I believe. I love-hate these pipe guns. There's some unnecessary components that are definitely there for the artistic flair. We gotta catch back up to the robot. No, keep going. We can't. We gotta catch up to the robot. Yeah, oh yeah, if you don't have enough action points for VATS, it does help you find out where the enemies are. might... Oh, beheaded. Brutal. Molotov. The rum is gone. Why is the rum gone? It's just the bottle. Are you stuck? Let me quick save in case it crashes again. Wait.
Do not interfere with security operations.
This is unfortunate. Wait, did it unstuck? No. I was hoping to use it to clear out some... is it data? No, it's still inventory. Miscellaneous. I was hoping to use it to clear out one of the bases, but I don't need the robot to play this game.
Are you certain I'm the man for the job, sir?
What?
Hey,
Can I help you, sir?
your thoughts?
If 4 out of 5 people suffer from radiation poisoning, does that mean the 5th guy enjoys it?
You know,
Oh, nothing.
All right, then.
that one guy might.
Do not interfere with security operations.
I think it broke. Oh, let me guess. It's going to... It unsticks, then actually heads out to where I want it to go, and then blows up. Is this, the normal Bethesda jank? Either way, I'm gonna follow it to see where it goes. Huh? Oh. Okay. Well, at least I still get the fusion cores. I punched that dog's head right off.
Never leave a task unfinished. I'll find you eventually. I dare say I'm slightly disappointed.
It's like reverse John Wick, where instead of my dog getting killed and I then kill a bunch of people, one of my people got killed and now I kill a bunch of dogs. So I don't enjoy killing dogs. And then in video games, often, like when you fight the dog type enemies, it's rather annoying because they're fast and they like attack in packs and all that. But if you were to rationalize it in the game, those are wasteland dogs. They're vicious. For your own safety, it's better you take them out. But also, they don't look too good. There's probably a mercy. You got the bones, no fur. It looks burned, radiation burned, maybe. Food is food. Would you really want to eat that? But yeah, I did loot the meat for a reason. The game almost incentivizes you to eat the dog meat because when you cook it, there's no rads and it restores health, and there's just about no downside. Alright, so now I was going to follow the robot, but now I'm not, so I'm a little lost. Ah. Drifty controller stick. Okay, I might have to switch back to keyboard and mouse if this keeps up. Robotics disposal, that's where my power armor is. Investigate this. What quest do I have going? All Hallows Eve. Echoes of the past. Oh yeah, some of these are DLC quests. Provide food. The easiest way to provide food is to steal it from another. Steal it from another settlement. I do have a fat man now. No mini nukes, but I have a fat. Yeah, this is much easier to handle than the pipe rifle. Oh, this is where all the feral ghouls are, I think, at the railroad. But maybe I can land myself some power armor here. Maybe. Actually, I don't think I'm the right level to be looking for power armor. Actually, I do want the T-45 sets. Scratch that.
Pound you! Good pickings?
Instructions. This isn't going to be a Package arrives at midnight. This isn't a railroad dead drop, is it? What time is it? It doesn't tell me. Oh wait, it does tell me. An hour to go. We'll take the tin can.
Sir, something's afoot.
Oh.
Peekaboo!
One of my audience members likes those.
I was just getting warmed up.
I'm in danger. Oh, wait. Early game weapon in here. Real spike rifle. I think. Ooh, Coca-Cola. Cap stash. Never go wrong with those. Well, maybe the rifle's not here. But those were rail spikes. Unless the rifle is here. Or is supposed to be here?
What's all this then? Not this time. I think everyone's still alive.
Ooh.
Fancy a bit of fisticuffs?
Light pistol. Flip lighter. I recently got a flip lighter. I actually like it. Yeah, I need to do some repairs on my flip lighter though. It's got the flint's fine, but it needs a it needs some maintenance and some more fuel. Now, even with a pipe gun, 32 is still 32. And point blank, though they did say the ghouls heal quickly, so I guess that's kind of why they could be a little bit of a bullet sponge, maybe? That's the rail sign for cash. No rail rifle, it seems.
Picking up hostile life sign.
there's stealth, and then there's Russian stealth. No enemies can detect you if there are no enemies to detect you. Bag of cement? Love filling my backpack up with cement. Ordinarily, I wouldn't bother, but I do have some ideas for concrete structures on one of the bases, and cement, other than shipments, isn't very common. It's just useless logs. Gas canister. We'll be inhaling fumes later. I mean, gasoline after 200 years. It looks ugly. When the VTuber forgets to turn on their model and accidentally switches on webcam. Structure.
What's all this then?
I sniped it. I mean, I didn't kill it, but I sniped it.
Never mind. What's all this then? Not this time.
Ugh. I'm bleeding. Roaches? Asmund, is this your house? What's all the way over there? Can I see him through the ground? That's, odd.
If there's a use to that, I'll eat my hat.
Low-sighted. Oh man, I wish I found this before I modified that. Security baton, laser musket, pipe rifle. 44 pistol. 5 rounds. I found a pistol with a 6-shot cylinder by a dead guy, and one of the rounds has been used. Bethesda did always like the environmental storytelling before the procedurally generated worlds of Outer Worlds. I should go not this way. Actually, yeah, that way, but if I just head south, there's a convenient, nifty little compass at the bottom of my screen that helps. Because in every video game, the character instinctually knows which direction is south. And I am not heading south. Nope. Not good. Get away. I'm in danger. I should have just kept going. Why are you bringing him to me, Codsworth? Ah, it knows where I am. Shit. I hear it. Better not be able to emerge from the ground on the bridge. Shit. Ooh. So when you play these games, you always play your games from the player perspective or the main character. Or, you have key NPCs with you that are like always super powerful. But for the average Wastelander, that's gotta be terrifying. Yeah, some Brahmin herder, and that comes after you. I mean, you get a little bit of main character syndrome when you're playing. Lifted train. You know those guys that have lifted trucks? This is your lifted truck guy on autism. Is this the theater? It is the theater. I don't need to go there right away. I guess I turned 30 and bent my knees too hard and died. Shit. Well, I guess that happened. Your injuries were not service related. Oh yeah, this is the second time I have streamed with this mic. And I have a different setup going on. Do I sound better now than I did last time?
Sir, something's afoot. What's all this? Peekaboo! Yeah.
So, my voice, as you can hear, sounds like this. At least through a microphone. It always, well, it sounds a little different in person, and it definitely sounds different to me, because, yeah, I just hear the resonance in my head, and it sounds different when I listen to the recording. But that's everybody. But when I was younger, and not too young that, you know, my voice didn't sound like this, but when I was younger, someone, if you remember that shoe video, like the Are Men Okay? Someone said you look like a serial killer, but like, or you sound like, you feel like a serial killer, but not a hot one. Yes, someone said that about my voice. Also, when I was a kid, and probably shouldn't be playing GTA Online, someone said apparently my voice sounds black, and just said slurs to me the whole time. I thought that was a little wild, but I had the suspicion that it did not matter if he thought I was black or not. He just wanted to say those words. Institute spy. You could tell they're spies because they're unfazed by the murder of their brethren. Unless I just ended Odin's surveillance of this world.
Are you certain I'm the man for the job, sir?
Yeah, the N-word pass. No, I do not get. Well, this is Fallout. No one should have the nuclear pass.
Yes.
So, I'm thinking a little too much about the Underworld Fox reaction today. But I'm thinking back to a video I edited. He called Dracula Flow cringe, but he did a whole video and had me upload Shrek the Art of Racism, which I had a hard time watching because I thought it was cringe and he thought it was the funniest shit ever. So I kind of just have to let that slide. But, yeah, he wouldn't even watch the video. Here I am editing his own. which, since you're watching my stream, you get the benefit of knowing which video will be out tomorrow before it's even out. And that will be the Do. The pirate shanty song that they made. A scavenger.
You're dead.
That white t-shirt's pretty durable.
Fine then.
Arm less so. Ah yes, the 60s, back when your fridge had a lock on it.
That's it.
Our femboy is cringe and free. Well, I wouldn't say free. More like cheap. But he's a little trapped by his internet and electricity issues. So he's not completely free. Not yet. Now, Starlink is not really a viable option for streaming. For like internet for streaming. But from what I heard of his internet, it might be.
Pining for the good old days, sir?
Pre-war cash is no weight. I'm gonna take it. There's no downside. It weighs nothing. I could sell it for caps or use it for crafting material. Actually, no downside. I need to figure out where I'm going. I'm in Lexington. Concord. Am I heading backwards the way the British went? I think I am. So, little break from the game. The IRL map of Boston is pretty close to this. The castle is obviously right there, I think, or right there. Where is it? The castle is one of these. One of these islands, this one, Spectacle Island, is actually, it's real, oh, damn it, I hate these. Just be a little patient while I remove this bot. Thou shalt be banished to the Shadow Realm, straight to Brazil, drowned in Ohio. But yeah, that island, Spectacle Island, is actually, it's a real island. Down here. Real island here. But it's not made of dirt. I mean, it's got dirt on it, but that is a man-made island made a while ago. Either in the years leading up to or coming out of World War II. It is a landfill. They took all of the trash from Boston and the surrounding area and dumped it into the sea right here to make an island. And then they buried it in dirt. And you could go there now. I think it's a park. But if you keep digging into the dirt for whatever reason, I would not call that safe. I mean, we're coming on almost 100 years later from the 60s, in case you don't feel old already. But at Center Bot Satties, yeah. Yeah. So even though it's almost been like 100 years since then, I would say just because of how preserved some of the stuff might be, if you dig deep enough, you might come across a bunch of razor blades or industrial debris. You're old and in the graveyard. Hey, if you're in the graveyard, you're wealthy, man. You gotta buy those spaces or rent them. I hear they're actually running out of space. So I've been to 2 really large cemeteries, and they're gonna run out of space because they just people keep dying to get in there, and you know, you need reservations. They have to keep buying the land near the cemeteries to expand them, and they need to either make a choice of making it ridiculously expensive to get in to kind of keep their current size, not allow any more burials there, or start taking out some of the older folks to add the newer folks, or encouraging alternative burial means. Maybe instead of laying a person horizontally, they bury them standing straight up to take up less space. I don't know. It's something. Maybe instead of burying them, they stack them like frogs or Toyotas. Yeah. It's if death wasn't already a morbid thing to think of, is that a Raider in power armor over there? I wish it is Raider power armor. Well, I'm not gonna take on a Raider in power armor with a pipe pistol yet. When I get to a higher level, I'll take him on barehanded. In a fight, I mean. Moving on. So death can be like a morbid thing to think of. You know, people coming to grasp with their own mortality and all that. But it could be made worse when you don't think that far ahead into it, and then you have all these other things going on. So, like, you know, you worry about the burials, you worry about all sorts of other stuff. I'm sure it's been said like a billion times online now, but there is a place, I don't remember if it was Russia or Finland or one of those countries that's up north, you know, bordering, you know, the North Pole. But the permafrost, it preserves things. So they've dug up a few bodies that they buried like 500 years ago, and they look like they've only been in there for like 10. Yeah, they're still decaying a bit, and they still look dead, smell dead, are dead, but they're somewhat preserved. And that kind of scared them, because if someone died of a disease and they buried them, or even if they didn't die of a disease, they died in like a car wreck or something, and they buried them with that disease, and they were preserved, if for whatever reason they end up dug up or exhumed or any of that, or even like just forgotten about, that could be a potential cause for, or like a cause of an outbreak. You know, you take smallpox, for example. You know, someone died of smallpox or had smallpox when they died, and that somehow ended up preserved. And then you have some kids, you know, because smallpox has almost all been eradicated from our population, which is an impressive feat of disease control and prevention, that we have an entire disease that we've rid ourselves of. But that with being completely rid of a disease also comes with the downside of people not having any immunities built up, or having lost them over time. And if you get an outbreak of smallpox, which is a fairly benign disease of all potential diseases to get, it could still be lethal. And they were a little terrified of that. So anyone who dies in like this town way far up north has to be sent down south to be buried, or they have to be cremated right away. They cannot be buried that far up north. They made a rule about it.
What's all this then? Why don't you
I used to be an adventurer like you until I took a bullet to the knee. Hey. Take that. Where be the raider? Oh, there it is.
I have a buzzsaw with your name on it.
You know, from an Englishman, that's probably a very scary threat.
Oh well.
I don't know if you've kept up with the,
Well, hello there.
news in England at all. They have a problem with what they're calling zombie knives,
Picking up hostile
which
light
at first I thought was like a parody of our ghost gun issue. I guess you need to register your knives or something. It's a little weird out there. Yeah, but I remember the joke. That one person, one woman online made a post like, "Why do you need a gun? What's wrong with your dick?" Yeah, this guy said, "Last time I used my dick at a home intruder, they were upset. The cops were upset. He needed therapy. I got in trouble. Just use a gun."
Shit. Lost her.
this time. Some kerfuffle this is.
Oh. How wonderful it is when you don't need to worry about CQB because you're a bullet sponge. Out my way. Where are you? Oh.
Now this is my cup of tea.
Ooh,
Feel free to give up at
his head exploded. Shotgun shell.
Oh no, I'm not
Disappearing,
done with you.
huh?
Not even in the
Yeah,
slightest.
England dies of cringe. Oh no, wait. Oh, I didn't die. Nice.
Aha! There you are. Are we still having
Time to reel him in.
I want to go up these stairs. Got two sets of stairs right next to each other.
only one left?
I'm just getting started.
Gun fu. Noodle cup. Silver table knife. Pocketed boiled with leather. I do not recommend boiling your leather. Take that from a leather worker.
Hey,
I'm
You could boil leather in the tanning process to soften it. But if you have like a leather jacket and you boil it for any reason whatsoever, congratulations, you just ruined your jacket.
all in.
Yeah. There's a reason why the hat makers don't even boil their hats, they steam them. Yeah, you know how like if you slow cook your meat, that it like falls apart, gets real tender? Yeah, that happens to skin too. So, yeah, England dies of cringe. Yeah, I went to England 2 years ago when I went to Europe. And, I have some experiences. I was there for 11 to 15 days. which is, you know, a decent amount of time. I have experienced the London Underground, or the Tube as they called it. And you know, picture pine tar, like black tar or pitch. If you blow your nose after riding the tube, that's what it looks like.
Naughty work, but wouldn't want to leave the good stuff. Hey.
Yeah, yeah, I even went through Soho, which, if you don't know anything about the UK, Soho is like their, it's where all the, gay pride is, so to speak. It's got a history of that. But, yeah, so my, the people I was staying with, they brought me through Soho. I, of course, didn't know the layout of London. I had never been there before. So, yeah, I didn't know where I was going. They brought me through Soho. They brought me into a bar. And, of course, when you're there, every bar is a gay bar, regardless of how gay the bar is. I was having the women get me drinks because I didn't trust it. Yeah, yeah, another thing in England, there are foxes that look really orange. So, like, the cartoon foxes.
Yes.
Nice. Fusion core length. Really game. I'll take a tactical light pistol. But, yeah, they have really orange foxes. Yeah, they are cute. I will put a photo in the Discord of one, when I find the photo. I actually got to feed it. They, the people I stayed with, they actually named the fox Alex. But I did not know that. They were talking about Alex, and I'm like, who are you talking about? Oh, it's the fox. Right, so I'm going to quick save, and then tactically fall down, and hopefully not die, because I don't feel like going downstairs. Success. Yeah, so, yeah, I stayed with people over in England. I'm building up a little bit of a network, which helps me out tremendously, where I don't need to pay for hotels at various places I go. And this is actually a little harder for me to do in the United States than in other countries. Mostly because of how large the United States is. But in several countries, I know people now who will let me stay at their place and not be forced to stay at a hotel. So I could travel around and cut hotel costs out of my travel plans, which is a huge, advantage. You picture like how much food costs here, in the U.S. You go to a restaurant and you easily spend like $25 to $50 just on yourself, and hotel rooms can be like $500 a night sometimes. Oh, and this is why I think you're in the mob or Fed. So, about the Feds, I am not a Fed. I do know a few. I'm too untrained to be a Fed. It is not impossible for me to become one, but it would require me to actively try to be one. I won't accidentally become a Fed. There is no definite thing excluding me from ever becoming a Fed. Yeah, got no criminal record or any of that. I'm not in the mob. I do have family members who are arguably involved in something a little worse than the mob, and that's politicians. I have relative politicians. And I distance myself from them a little during election season. Once the elections have happened, then, we're chill. Because shady stuff does happen. And,
Surely you meant to leave that rubbish where you found it.
hey, don't talk about yourself that way, Codsworth. You're not rubbish. Yep, looted that. Yeah, so my particularly on my mom's side, they got into politics. And then on my father's side is law enforcement. My grandfather actually gave up an engineering career with NASA to be a cop in my town. He worked on the heat shielding of the space shuttles. Like with the smallest crack in one of those plates can cause the whole thing to explode, which is what we call suboptimal. And I totally forgot where I was going. So, I keep heading that way. East. Where is the South Boston station? I'll head back to Robotics Disposal Ground to go to Satellite Station Olivia. Yeah, so my grandfather, he died while actively in the police department. Not in like a shootout or anything, he had a heart attack, but that did technically qualify him for dying on the job. So there is like a little power armor. There is like a little monument from. My uncle now has another monument near his.
Howdy-ho!
It went ahead and made it a tradition.
Terrific! It's a fight game!
It's like it's a two-headed deer. That's like 2 times the trophies per tag. Kind of freaky looking though. Yeah, but yeah. So my grandfather was a captain. And I can't quite remember if my uncle was sergeant or a lieutenant. One of those. That is, you know, I can't hold it to, normal standards. It's a mutated deer. So I do have law enforcement family ties, and I actually was recently selected for jury duty. And I anticipate one of the questions they're going to ask when selecting a jury is, do you know any cops, or are you biased in any way, and all that. And then I'm going to have to tell them, oh, well, yeah, family members who are law enforcement. And they're gonna be like, oh, well, you could go home then. We don't need you to sit on this one. Oh, always take your fusion cores out of your power armor, or NPCs can and will just hop into them in a fight. If you want them to do that, that's fine, but like, it's not always your NPCs. Like, a raider can just hop into a power armor with a fusion core, which is what we call suboptimal. So the thing that sucks about that is once an NPC hops in your power armor that's not a follower, you can't command them to exit the power armor unless you like do some console nonsense. And there are only a very set amount of power armor frames that spawn in the world that you could take that, you know, without doing some theft nonsense from the Brotherhood of Steel. So without a way to make them exit, you're just down a set of power armor. Even if they die and you loot the power armor off of them, you don't get the frame back. So you gotta be like protective of your power armor. But you kind of see how the frame is supposed to work. You know, your foot goes in there. It's got some sort of mechanism. I mean, I see a lot of the armor. I don't see a lot of the mechanisms that move it, though. Which, you know, you could excuse it. Like, when the armor is on, you can't see what's underneath it. Oh, well, the mechanism's there in sci-fi form somehow, I promise. You just can't see it. Well, that works, but like when it's exposed like this, and it's not future tech like Cyberpunk, it's kind of like retro. It's just a little off, but it is very satisfying to put on. I just tell them I'm racist towards the defendants group culture, and it gets me out of jury duty every time. So there would be some repercussions for me doing that here. Even though technically there's not supposed to be any.
Hey,
Can I be of service?
Didn't mean to do that.
That Deathclaw
Back.
in Concord was bad news, huh, Mama? You ever seen one of those suckers
Gotta go through the
before?
full animation before I could exit.
Plenty. One time, I killed a Deathclaw all by myself. No power armor, fancy minigun, just a pipe pistol and one bullet.
You telling me you killed a Deathclaw with one bullet? Come on. What do you take me for?
I got a sniper rifle. With a suppressor. Wait, or is that a compensator? I don't need to carry the fat man with me.
It's true. I might not look it, but back in the day...
Just gonna do
I
some
quite
gun
the
modifications.
Yeah, or quite the imagination.
Standard grip. Alright, so I'm going to steal. I say steal, it's my gun. It's my gun because I picked it up and said so. That's how the ATF should work.
Just find a nice spot of ground and plant whatever you've got. Anything fresh will be a great change for us.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself.
Absolutely right. Go make yourself useful. I love the hunting rifle. Yeah, I always upgrade my hunting rifle to, you know, just better. Yeah, so I did mention this would be a short stream, for 2 reasons. You know, it's in my stream title and all that. I do have work tomorrow, so I do have to wake up for that. Oh, it's dog meat. I also... Nature has been calling. And... sometimes I put nature on hold. Sometimes nature just keeps calling and insisting I pick up. And nature's been very insistent. So I might have to take that call off stream because I certainly don't want to take that call on stream. Is that Preston?
things are tough now.
No,
They'll
it's
get
not
better.
Preston. Are you sure you're not a VTuber? Sus. You know, technically, I've done the cat model. If the minimum requirements is having a model and using it, then, you know, technically I am. I am cooking up some art concepts, and you know, some of them I'm drawing myself, some of them I'm pulling from, you know, just inspiration. But I am thinking of a dragon-based model with wings and a tail, probably toggleable. Yeah, even PNG. Yeah, Quasar's the PNG tuber with the. Yeah, with the Daki model he's got going on. All right, well, I think I am going to save my game here. Saturday night, I will have more time for stream. And I have Sunday off, so, you know, I could go from the night into the morning, or I could just go the whole day. Some people don't like doing anything on a Sunday. Sometimes I get bored. Yeah, so I'll stream this weekend. Definitely. So, I do think I'm going to end stream today. I got something done, I think. Game didn't crash this time, which is good. I will catch you in the next one.